right, welcome back, everyone. This week we watched and we'll talk about the new A24 Robert Egerton directed Viking tale, The Northman. This movie kind of follows a very basic plot of Viking revenge tale. Some dude's father gets off, and as when he was a kid in front of him, and he's following the Viking way of avenge your father's death sort of thing. Very reminiscent of Gladiator. In my opinion, this one does not have a very super long, detailed summary.
No, it
Viking
does not.
revenge.
No, I pretty much the whole thing is just him trying to avenge his father, save his mother, and kill his uncle.
Wow, it's like you hear that 50 times in the movie.
Well, look, I was just summarizing what he said in the trailer, and that was the whole plot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Honestly, overall, I enjoyed this movie. It was just a movie kind of kick back and relax. Nothing really that extravagant with the plot. It kind of summed it up with that one sentence, just a revenge story. So nothing out of the ordinary. All I will say is I was expecting a little bit more.
It did get hyped up a lot.
Yeah, but that's probably it. Overall, I'm going to give it a 7.5.
I enjoyed this movie. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible. I thought it was more so middle of the road for movies wise, as far as like plot goes, like trope about getting your father killed, the child getting saved, the child escaping. That trope's been done before. I thought this did it in a newer way, which we'll talk later into in discussion in the spoiler portion of this. Not much else really to say. There's more so questions I have about the later half of the movie. My main critique is that it could have been, I wish it was a little bit more trimmed down because it was almost 2 hour movie. And I thought it stretched on for some bits. So I wish it could have gotten trimmed up a little bit, but overall, yeah, decent movie. Definitely a turn off your mind and watch. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
I also give it about a 7 out of 10. The story, the writing, the plot twists were nothing new, groundbreaking, nothing super kind of came out of the blue at you, took you by surprise. The directing and cinematography was very good. The acting was very good. The fight scenes were pretty fun. I came out of that the best compliment I have. That was awesome.
I have to disagree with you at some points with the camera shots, because there were quite a few camera shots where it was blatantly obvious that that's a prop. Like that's just a wax dummy or just a doll he's carrying across the screen. So that is probably the biggest downfall to this movie I had. It was a bit too obvious with its props in some of its aspects.
I didn't pick up on that, but I can understand that. I know that this is this particular director's style. He's got a very weird style, but it's fun to see weird because you don't see it a lot, as long as it's not awful. Yeah, I would describe it as an epic, like one of the Greek tales you read about Odysseus. I think this is an epic. Yeah, a good 7, just a turn off watch, mix between the Gladiator and what was that Scottish movie?
All I can think of is Highlander, and that's not it.
That's not it.
Oh, Brave.
Yes, Braveheart. You got me halfway there. Braveheart and Gladiator. What this feels like, it's a mix between.
Yeah, no, that's a very good example.
A decent 7.
Not much else to say for this movie for its non-spoiler review.
All right, spoiler warning for the movie The Northman. You have been warned. It is your fault if you proceed forward. I guess my main question is, what was the deal about the maiden king?
His prophecy for his daughter in the future.
Wouldn't that just be a queen, though?
Yeah, but this was Viking times when women were property.
I mean, I guess so, but wouldn't they still have queens, though?
No. In the way, if I recall, the queen, if the queen was in charge, they would technically be called the king in place of the queen.
Oh,
okay. I didn't know that. I wish that would have been explained a little bit more.
Yeah, that's kind of for if you I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. I could be wrong.
Well, I have no idea. I just remember from playing chess, there's the king, the queen, the rook, the bishop.
Could have been just an added element to give slight more motivation for the main character, but
to choose a specific direction that he refused.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't feel needed.
My daughter's going to become a king? I can't have that. Throw myself in a volcano. I'm gonna swan dive, you know?
Okay, I'll be perfectly honest. When I saw the final scene and it was the fight in the volcano, all I could think was episode 3 of Star Wars.
All I could think of was Mordor.
Yeah, me too.
When
How's that
when
episode
he's on
3?
his knees and he's like his uncle's giving him
You
this
were the
speech,
chosen one.
and they would pan to him and he had this like 10-second long just stare at him. I'm like, you were a brother to me.
My one outside joke I had was the very first scene I saw the king and I was like, he's gonna release Amit.
Yeah.
I did think the whole bestiality thing was weird at the beginning when they were acting like beasts, but I get why it was there though, to like invest you into like this is like way back.
Well, it's all. I mean, also like Vikings in general.
Pagan
were
rituals.
Yeah, and I get
Vikings were
that.
more viewed as
It's just
beasts, anyways.
it's just weird growing up in this culture and then seeing that's
I
where
will
the
say,
disconnect came in. I get like it's a different thing, but
Andrew, you
that
missed
just-
it while we were watching this movie. If you were sitting next to Wyatt, there was a lot of entertainment going on next to me. One of which being when they were told to be like dogs and they were licking the food. He's over there.
I like that their big master plan was like, we're gonna make them trip on shrooms. I thought it was hilarious. Because like imagine if you're just having a chill day, not even like paranoia of this spirit that's attacking your village, just a normal chill day, and all of a sudden pretty lady gives you soup and then you start tripping balls and the world's just like warping up real weird and you have no idea why.
How did this man get his sword? Where did he get his sword from?
why does
He
he
had
look
a
like
spear
Voldemort?
and he was tied to a pole. Where did he get the sword?
He went and got it. He went and found it.
In like 5 seconds? Well, we don't know how long they were tripping, but
I wasn't paying attention that much. I was laughing at the dudes tripping balls.
Good to see Voldemort on
I
PTSD.
will say I did enjoy the fact that you got to see the guy with no nose the whole movie.
That was
I enjoyed that.
his death though.
It's so funny. I thought it was funny.
Literally everything about that character made me laugh, and the death was very like aggressive but satisfying in a weird way.
He wanted to pick his nose one last time.
I want the rest of it.
I would not say this like masterpiece or phenomenal. I'd say this movie's awesome.
Give me my nose or give me death.
There were a lot of good scenes in this movie, but
Yeah.
they're kind of overshadowed by a lot of slow.
One of my favorite athletes. He's a strongman. He was just in a boxing tournament. He has the world's heaviest deadlift, and he's one of the world's strongest men. And he played the giant in Game of Thrones for a season. Was in this movie, and he's the dude that's got his head bashed in. And I saw him, I was like, oh, it's Thor. His name is half Thor Bjornsson, but people call him Thor. And I saw him and I got so excited.
Valhalla. Through the whole buildup of this movie, I was like, okay, he's gonna make it to his mother, save his half brother. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be great. And I was so disappointed. And then I was like, no, we just need to kill the whole family, kill them all. We need Anakin Skywalker to walk up in here and just everyone. I was just like, no.
While I wish he kind of got a satisfying ending, as in got the ultimate honor for a warrior, just to die on the battlefield and go to Valhalla. I wish I could have seen like him live and like have a.
Did he have his sword in his hand?
I wish he was able to live out like
he did.
the king he had in him.
He did? Okay. I'm sorry. I couldn't remember if he had his weapon in his hand when he was taken to Valhalla.
He did. Well,
Okay.
he did when he died. He had it in his hand when he died.
That's the only significant factor. There are steps you have to accomplish before you can go to Valhalla. You have to die in battle and die with your weapon in your hand, which Andrew should know this from reading the
10 years ago?
Fair enough. Has it really been that long since those books came out?
Probably not. It probably hasn't.
It's close enough though. I can guarantee you that. But yeah, no, you have to die in the battlefield and with a weapon in your hand. So let's just say his uncle didn't make it.
In 7 years.
That's close enough.
Kronk.
Anything else from?
Oh yeah, Kronk.
Obviously, it was the guy without a nose.
Yeah, the Voldemort guy.
The only other thing is, I feel like he got weaker. The main character did as the movie progressed. I'm not really sure I understand that, but that's the only other complaint I have with this movie. That and why is he becoming the Hunchback of Notre Dame? All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this week for our review over the movie Northman. Join us next week when we watch the new Marvel movie Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So I hope to see you all then.